What is up, guys? Zay for the Madden YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to show you the your britches blitz. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level of Madden 21, check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault Update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players in the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. We're going to be talking about a concept that you guys can start to use. This is best used out of four-down lineman type of sets. I want to give a shout out to my guy, Bobby V, who sent me a clip of something that he was facing in Weekend League not too long ago. And I wanted to do a little bit of a deep dive on it and kind of see if I could make this into something useful for you guys, because I think that this is something that while it's not really a blitz, it's more of a panic technique that you guys can use to make your opponent kind of their britches. So what you're going to end up doing here is you're going to be using a four-down lineman set that's going to be pinched. And I think no better formation comes to mind than like the nickel over G. So when we talk about this defense here, what I'm going to go ahead and do, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to run zone drops, you can. If you want to run a little bit of the quarter stuff that I break down on Gridiron Game Plans and the palm stuff that I break down over there, you guys can as well. But what I would recommend with this is to have two really good edge rushers. Obviously, you guys can use pass rushing abilities like the edge threat. If you guys want the best pass rushing cocktail in Madden, the best set of abilities to put on your defensive players, whether they're linemen on the edge or they're defensive tackles inside, you're still going to be able to get to the quarterback with that cocktail no matter what formation you run. Go over to Gridiron Game Plans and check it out. It was in our vault. It was also in my 245 defensive game plan as an update. So that right there, that tip alone is worth the price of the website. But long story short, you need good pass rushers on the edge. And the reason that you want to do that is because you want to force your opponent to constantly think about climbing up in the pocket. Good players step up in the pocket. It is that simple. So what we're going to do is call whatever you want, cover two, quarters, palms, whatever you want. And this is going to work really well against like bunch. It's also going to work really well against trips tight end, in my opinion, because what ends up happening here when we play with this is that if the running back blocks, what ends up happening is we're going to get a linebacker to come in almost through the left A gap and cause your opponent to panic as a quarterback. So, you know, with this defense, I would probably crash up. Again, K'Lavon Chaisson should have, you know, pass rushing abilities. Josh Allen does have, I think, like BOGO or something. It's not really that important here for the purpose of this video, but you'd want to load them up with the ability to, you know, dominate off the edge. From here, we're going to go ahead and take this defensive tackle and put him into a spy. What this is going to do is it's going to drop him off the line at the snap, causing the center to, you know, open up and double team on the right side or kind of, you know, drift over to the right side in general. That's going to help open up the A gap. And then the left guard should be occupied and going over to the left of screen defensive end or towards that B gap area. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to take this play side, or the running back side rather, linebacker, and we're going to man him up on the running back. This is great because if they run a table route, it's covered. If they run, you know, an option route, obviously that beats man, but you know, you got somebody that's going to be manned up on it. If they run, you know, a curl or, you know, Texas routes, you know, you're going to have somebody that's going to be at least manned up on it a little bit. Now, for the purpose of this, probably put a safety at linebacker. And what we're going to do is we're going to lurk on this player. I think that this is really, really important for block targeting. We want to lurk on this guy right here. Now, the way that this is programmed is anytime the running back blocks, we basically know that the guy that is manned up on him does this weird little animation where he runs across the formation. This tactic has been used to kind of occupy running backs and cause edge blitzes to come in, which we've shown here on the YouTube channel as well in previous videos. Even in the last week or so, I've shown this concept. But what we're going to do is we're going to use this little technique to get this guy to come in through the left A gap and cause your opponent to kind of screw up their pocket presence. Now, this guy will not actually sack the quarterback unless your opponent's pocket presence is so bad that they step right into him. But what this is designed to do is to get them to panic and move around, which causes guys to shed. So let's go ahead and show you how this works here. We snap the ball. You're gonna see that Schobert runs right in through that A gap. You see how he does that, and then he peels back. What this is designed to do is cause panic. And the reason that it should cause panic is because you're going to get a lot of players that habitually, especially when they see like double edge threat here and edge threat here, they're going to instantly climb the pocket. That's what they're kind of trained to do. So, you know, from a standpoint of how your opponent is going to play, they tend to, you know, climb up in the pocket. If they're doing that, you know, now all of a sudden they're in a spot where that guy might react and go for the quarterback. So, you know, if they're the type of player that immediately is stepping up in the pocket, the guy can respond to that. If they stay flat-footed and stoic, that's fine. But and right here, I over drastically scrambled here just to kind of show this to you. But this little concept should get your opponent to kind of freak out and maybe climb up in the pocket, in which 47 could react. Or if you drive backwards or to the right, you're going to get a sack off the right edge. Now, if you want to, you can actually get a little bit more creative with it. You can still pinch your line, crash up, spy the left of screen, maybe even blitz this guy off the edge to help give you some one-on-ones right there. You might find that the offensive line reacts a little bit differently based off of who you blitz and, you know, how far they're blitzing and, you know, types of things like that. But again, here, if you kind of run this here, you're gonna see, like, if you try to climb up in the pocket, it puts you in a really precarious situation. You know, that guy flashes right in, and chances are most players are going to tend to kind of, you know, panic on that. Let me show you another thing. You know, you guys might want to try this out on your own. I've been trying to mess around with timing to like click onto this guy. So like when the ball's snapped, see that guy comes in, like try to click onto him. It doesn't really let you unless he's the closest guy to it. But you know, you could try to mess around with that. I've tried to kind of experiment with trying to click the spy, you know, send the closest player to the quarterback, because this player is considered man coverage. So, you know, trying to see if that might change anything as well. I haven't had a ton of luck with it, but this might be something that you guys, you know, if you click to send that spy in, you might have a little bit of luck with that potentially. You know, especially if somebody is climbing the pocket, right? You know, you're going to open up, you're going to put Hamilton in this spy, you're going to man this guy up. And then when that running back blocks, you know, if they're climbing the pocket like this, you could always send that spy through the middle. Now all of a sudden they can't really step up into anything, and if they step back, they're going to end up getting swallowed up. You know, this isn't really anything too darn complicated. You know, this is more of just a little three-man rush. You know, just a little cutesy little panic type of play. Not really designed to bring a ton of pressure, but I did put out a tip in the most recent Vault update on shadow blitzing. And this is something that is really, really important to know about, because when you shadow blitz, you're going to actually be able to bring really easy pressure without it being obvious that your opponent is blitzing. You know, you're going to be able to, you know, obviously if they block 6, you know, they're going to be able to pick that up. But with the number of people that send 5 out, that is something that you can mix in as well. So this little concept when they block the running back is nice to still create some passive style pressure. If you stand in user this guy, I noticed that the gap is inconsistent where they open up and that guy comes in. So kind of be advised on that. Sometimes you'll notice that he comes in and doesn't react the same way. Sometimes he does, but I would say definitely user the safety on the backside of the formation, or if you can get away with it, user the middle linebacker. I wouldn't get too crazy with doing too darn much else with this, but that is today's video, guys. Just a little panic pressure. Again, if you face this, the one thing I would recommend is just stay put. Stay put. If you start to see that guy coming in, just don't move. He's not going to come get you. Now, the contain is the one that you need to watch. You know, the guy off the edge is the one you need to watch. But the guy coming in through the gap is the one that you least need to worry about, in my opinion. It's more the edge players. And this whole concept is just designed to make you panic and, you know, have bad pocket presence and kind of, basically, like I said, your britches. So, you know, if you see this, don't overly commit. You know, just stay up in the pocket, you know, and make your reads from there. It shouldn't be too darn difficult to deal with, but I see that Bobby V faced this last night. I could see this becoming something that you'll start to see a fair amount. because people main up the running back anyways, and big nickel over G is kind of popular. So that's today's video, guys. If you guys liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, make sure you guys drop those below. Subscribe here to the YouTube channel. We upload 5 times a week, Monday through Friday. And definitely check out gridirongameplans.gg. $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. Until next time, guys, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.